These days you press the button and a stranger pops up, but not every ride takes you home. This is Whispers Between Worlds, where horror rides shotgun. Oh yeah, and we upload daily. Story 1. He knew my name before I told him. The old man taps the table once before starting, like he's knocking on the past. This story comes from a girl named Ray. Late 20s, bar shift ended early, just past midnight. She was too tired to walk home and didn't trust the city buses that late, so, like everybody else, she opened her phone and ordered an Uber. Driver pulls up in a gray Honda Civic. No profile pic on the app. Just a name, Eli. 5 stars. Over 4,000 rides. Seemed safe enough. She gets in the back seat, says nothing. She's half asleep anyway. But before she can give her address, the driver looks at her through the rearview mirror and says, "Heading home, Ray?" She freezes. She never told him her name, and her Uber profile uses a fake one. She laughs it off. Dot says, "Yeah, home." Watches the map. He's headed in the right direction for now. But about 3 minutes in, he turns the music down and says something else. "You used to live on Palmer Street, right?" The blue house with the wind chimes on the porch. Ray's stomach drops. That's her childhood home. The one she hasn't lived in since she was 11. She sits up, looks closer at the driver. He's wearing gloves, black leather. She reaches for the door lock, already engaged. He says, calm as ever, "Don't do that, you'll spook me." "You don't want me spooked." Ray starts quietly texting her roommate her location. Driver laughs. Texting Sarah? That's smart. She always was the brave one. She hadn't said her roommate's name. Not once. That's when the map on the app shifts. He's no longer heading to her apartment. The pin is now dropped near the woods, 10 miles out of town. She starts yelling, threatening, reaching for the wheel. He slams the brakes, turns around. His eyes are wide and bloodshot. Voice low and shaking with some kind of twisted excitement. "I waited 10 years for this ride, Ray. Every day hoping you'd click the wrong car. And tonight you did." That's when another car pulls up behind them. Headlights flood the inside of the Honda. A random driver sees her waving, screaming, honks. L.A. curses, peels off down a side road, disappears into the night. She jumps out, collapses onto the pavement. The driver who saved her calls the cops. They trace the license plate back to a junkyard. Car was scrapped 5 years ago. There was no Eli in Uber's system that night, and when Ray checks her ride history, there's nothing between 12:03 and 12:39 a.m. No pickup. No charge. No record. Only thing left on her phone is a new contact in her call list. Just one name. "Thanks for the ride, Ray." No number. Just a name. And it's still there. Next time you hop in a ride, check the plate, check the face, check your gut. Because not every driver is with Uber, and not every rider makes it home. The house was dark, but that car was darker. Let's move on. Because the next ride didn't end in the driveway, it ended nowhere. Story 2. The wrong car. The old man's fingers tighten slightly on the table, and his voice sinks into something colder. Old man. This one comes from a guy named Malik. College kid. Normal night, studying late at the library. Rain starts coming down hard, so he grabs an Uber instead of walking home. App says the driver's name is Jacob. Silver Toyota Corolla, ETA, 3 minutes. While he waits under the awning, a silver Corolla pulls up. No Uber sticker, no profile, pic. But same car, same color. He gets in. Driver's quiet, real quiet. Malik says, Jacob. Guy nods once, never turns around. Just pulls away. About 5 minutes into the ride, Malik's phone buzzes. It's a text from Uber. Your driver Jacob has arrived. He looks up. The driver's hands are gripping the wheel, a little too tight. Malik says, Hey man, are you Uber? The driver finally speaks, voice low. Almost off. No. But you got in anyway. Malik starts trying to unlock the doors. Their child dash locked. Windows won't roll down. Phone's at 2%. No service. He starts yelling, banging on the window. The driver pulls onto a back road, gravel, trees, no lights. Car slows down, then stops, and the driver finally turns to face him. He's wearing a mask. Not Halloween. Not funny. It's skin, old, stitched, like it's meant to look human, but it's not. Malik grabs anything he can, his laptop bag, the seatbelt buckle, and smashes it into the side window. Cracks it. Once, twice. Third time. Glass shatters. He climbs out. Cuts all over him. Runs blindly into the woods. He hides under a downed tree. Watches the car creep past. Slow. Then speed off into the dark. He walks miles back to campus, barefoot, soaked, bleeding. When police arrive, they find tire tracks. No plates. No cameras caught the car entering or leaving. Uber couldn't track the fake ride. The real Jacob canceled minutes after arriving and assumed Malik no-showed. But here's where it gets worse. Weeks later, Malik gets a package at his dorm. No return address. Inside, a car freshener, Uber branded, and a printed note that reads, You chose wrong, but next time I'll be faster. The old man's eyes are narrowed now, voice just above a whisper. Old man, these days you don't need to break into a home to get someone. You just need to match their car and be patient. These days you don't need to break into a home to get someone. You just need to match their car and be patient. Story 3. Dead End. The old man sits forward just slightly, voice colder now. Like this one hit closer to home. Old man. This one's from a woman named Jasmine. Late night after a wedding. She's buzzed, wearing heels, holding her shoes in her lap. She orders an Uber from the venue back to her hotel, only a 10-minute ride. Driver pulls up in a black Escalade. Nice, clean. Interior smells like pine and something faintly sweet. The driver smiles. Polite. Not creepy. Not yet. She tells him the hotel name. He nods. And off they go. But a few minutes in, the city lights start to vanish. She checks the app. Still says en route. Estimated time, 7 minutes. But they're heading into back roads. No signs. No turns. No landmarks. She asks, Is this a shortcut? Driver says nothing. just keeps driving, knuckles whitening on the steering wheel. She texts her friend, "This dude's not talking. We're in the woods. Something feels off." No reply. No signal. She opens the Uber app to cancel. It crashes. Won't reload. She tries again. And that's when the map comes back. Blank. No route. No name. Just a single word flashing in red. Dead end. She looks up. They're on a narrow dirt road surrounded by trees. Driver finally speaks. "This is where I drop people off." She grabs the door, handle locked. He smiles in the mirror, says, "They all panic right about now." That's when headlights flood the road behind them. Another car is coming fast. The driver curses, jerks the wheel, speeds down the turn too sharp. They skid. Lose control. Slam sideways into a tree. Jasmine kicks the window out, barefoot, bleeding, and sprints toward the approaching car. It's a park ranger. She's saved. The Escalade. No plates. No registration. No match in Uber's system. And the phone Jasmine was using? When police checked the Uber app logs, there were none. No ride history. No ping. One notification. One sentence. "You still owe me a tip." The old man shuts his laptop slowly, like that's the last ride he ever wants to hear about. Old man. We trust these apps with our location, with our names. With our lives. But sometimes the ride that shows up isn't looking for 5 stars. It's looking for you. There's something real dangerous about silence in the back seat, especially when the driver's the one doing all the watching. You made it through this ride, but next time, don't count on 5 stars to save you. This is Whispers Between Worlds. We upload horror every single night, and trust me, some of the scariest stories start with, "I just needed a ride."